Hey guys, DVSGames here, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be taking on the Light Rift Beast, and I'm going to show you a team based on all the monsters that, if you've been following the series, that we have built for other areas of the game. When we took on the Dark Rift Beast, I told you I really recommend that you build Eregar. Eregar is really good for all the Rift Beast content. Basically that's where he shines. He's not very good anywhere else in the game. But here he is a superstar. Orang we built for the Water Rift Beast because she has a huge single target nuke and she was able to help us get into that triple S score, that triple S range consistently. Rauk, I told you from the very beginning I recommend that you build him. This is the one that's on a Fatal Revenge, and if you've seen the other videos you know the runes. If you need to pause to take a little bit of a closer look at them, go ahead. Here's the Orang that we spoke about earlier. It doesn't need to be on will runes, these just happen to be ones that I had sitting around. Now, not everything is grinded, not everything is gemmed, but please do keep in mind that they are maxed out. Their skills are maxed out. Sorry, did I check all of them? I did. Alright. The Crow, amazing monster for PvE. As of right now, as of me recording this video, there's a slew of videos going out there with double and triple Crow Giants B12 teams. Now those are endgame teams and not recommended for early or mid-game players. The rune requirements for the Crows, the Lucian, are extremely high. The Lauren, not so much. But as you can see, I've started skilling mine up. Almost there. And I'm actually working on a second Crow right now that has helped me get into a new best time for my Giants B12 team. The bird that we're using is our Tricaru bird. It doesn't have to be this particular bird. Just in all reality, you're going to build him. You're going to build him for Tricaru. You're going to build either a support bird for other content, such as a safe GB or DB12 team. You can use him in Necro, you can use him in TOA, you can use him in PvP, Guild Wars, RTA. He's got multiple uses, so you can build one or even two of them. The Mav we built specifically for, as of right now, Rift Beast as well. His Wings of Wind allows you to go ahead and reduce the cooltime on your attacks. He also does the one debuff cleanse, and he increases your attack speed, which is great, but not what we typically use him for. The only thing that we really care about with Mav is that he goes last in the team. He doesn't have to be on Violent. Violent does help him get his cooldowns back a little bit faster, which allows you to reduce cooldowns on everybody else a little bit faster. But he can be on, triple energy or triple fight. It really doesn't matter. Now the Eregar that we built, the good thing about him is he's skilled up with regular vampires, so you can fuse birds or Argans and feed them, or you can feed them all the water ones that you pull. He is just on speed, crit damage, and attack. Lots of defense in his subs, so that way he can take a little bit of damage. Because like I said, I did build him specifically for Rift Beast, so he does tend to be in the front line a lot. But this is the basic team that I'm going to use. Like I said, it's all monsters we've already built for other content, so we're not building anything new. And Eregar's biggest contribution is going to be his attack leader skill, his attack buff, and his vampire buff for everyone else. For the Light Beast in particular, you want big single target, single hit DPS. So the multiple hits from Bird is not going to be very helpful. The multiple hits from the vampire, not going to be very helpful. The multiple hits from Orang's skill 1, not very helpful. But when it comes down to everything coming together, we're going to be able to get lots of debuffs on, the big scar, lots of damage here in the groggy state. It'll allow us to get well over the 2.6 that we need to actually start off with a triple S score. As you can see here, we're probably going to end up coming out right around 6.5 million if... No, he didn't get another scar, so we're going to come out just over 6 million. Not bad. And then here we're going to need big single hit DPS to knock down this shield. And there we go, it's out. And with that vampire buff that Aragorn gives, everybody's able to heal themselves back up. So, I mean, there you go. It's a very simple team. We already built the monsters for other content. Allows us to get a triple S right off the bat. Now, if you want to go ahead and build a specific monster for this content, one that I highly recommend is actually Jean, not sure. Sean B loves this guy, and it took me a while to be turned on to him, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad monster. Again, the hardest part was getting the skill ups, but I have a bunch of Phantom Thieves that I've summoned over the time, and he is not even on 6-star runes. He's got attack, crit damage, attack, 2 5-star runes on the attack slots, not fully maxed out 5-star slot 3, as well as slot 5. And here we go. And now the biggest thing about him is that it increases his attack bar by 50% whenever the enemy target is stunned or defeated after an attack. Deals 100% more damage if the enemy's HP is twice as high as your HP. So guess what? The Rip Beast has got a lot more HP than us. We're going to deal a lot of damage to him. And this has an extra 30% crit rate, so we really only need him at 70% for this to be able to deal 100% crit damage. I'm sorry, 100% crit rate. And then this is going to stun, but it doesn't do anything. So all he is he's big single target nuke damage. And we'll go ahead and place him in the back line because he is going to be squishy. And we'll let it run. And I mean, just like before, this team is all about damage. The fact that he is going to have that vampire buff on him from Aragorn means that Jean is going to be able to self-sustain and get back up to full health relatively easy. But it also means that he'll be able to get a lot of I'm sorry, I completely forgot what I was saying. It also means that we're going to be able to get a lot more damage in because of the attack buff as well. And let's see, last time we ended up just over 6 million. Here it looks like we're going to be a little bit above that. We're at 6 million now, 6.9, 7, 7.2, so 7.3. All out of obtainable monsters. The hardest one to get is going to be Jean, because you got to summon him and you got to skill him up. But there you go, shield is gone. At this point it looks like Aragorn is about to die, but he does get that free second turn whenever he uses the buff. And here we're going to finish at just over 8 million. Aragorn goes down, not a big deal. Okay, so there we go. Aside from that, the only upgrade I would do to this particular team, if you happen to have it, she is a favorite monster of mine, specifically for Rift Beast. But I would take out Orang and I would put in Brandia. Now my Brandia is actually built on Rage Blade again, and she's on attack, crit damage, attack. Here's her 1, 3, and 5, and her artifacts. Honestly, she has to be skilled up to do the maximum amount of damage, and it works really well in this team. this is one of the teams that I run on regular repeats so that I can get my 10 runs out of the way. And I typically only run light dungeon when it's required in my dailies. I always take advantage of getting that extra free 50 energy. And I'll typically do it while I'm at work or something. I'll start it right before I go to lunch, or right after I go, or right before I come back from lunch. Let it run in my pocket, pull it out, end it, and I just hold on to it. But this will be a little bit less damage here because of the fact that we don't have the brand on. Well, there's a brand now, but this team does deal large amounts of damage. It does keep it's supposedly you get better prizes or drops based off of the damage that you deal. And as you can see here, we're coming out again at 7.5 million, so we're definitely going to cross the 8 million mark. And now he's almost halfway dead. He puts up his shield, but it really doesn't matter because at this point we're going to have just all the damage we need. Aragorn goes down, so for the rest of the fight we're not even going to have an attack buff, and yet we're still going to end up with well over 8 million. And yeah, guys, there you go. So unfortunately, this particular dungeon was a little bit different from the others. We incorporated monsters that we already built elsewhere, and then I showed you a couple of runs with monsters that are built uniquely for this dungeon. Now granted, if you have like a Dark Ninja or a Dark Hellhound built, they will do very well here. I don't have them. I don't have a Dark Ninja, and I don't have a Dark Hellhound built. I do have one 6-starred, I just don't have any runes on him. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, the reason that you're farming these dungeons is particularly for these and these, so that you can go ahead and craft up your determination runes, your fight runes. That's really the only reason you're running these dungeons after you build your homunculus. Once you get your homunculus done, that's all you got left. You gotta craft runes and get those legendary boxes. Again, guys, I'm sorry I got sidetracked. You guys have a great one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.